It all started with a surprise trip to the sunny state of Orlando, Florida, to start my family adventure in Disney World. The number of ride choices was astounding, but walking down one of the smaller roads inside one of the parks, there stood in the distance the Tower of Terror. My family and I walked in the front entrance. Looking in, it seemed like a never-ending walk down the low-lit hallway to a ride that could be the end. As we approached the ride, we were greeted by a mysterious elevator and ride operator, dressed in an old hotel uniform. The entrance looked that of an old elevator in an abandoned building, creepy and very questionable. But we all gathered inside the elevator and took our seats. Before you knew it, the doors closed in front of you. From that point, there was gonna be no turning back. The elevator began to move slowly up. After a few seconds, it came to a stop. The doors slowly opened. As you looked down the hallway, there stood 4 ghostly figures which seemed to be moving closer to us. Before you knew it, the doors were slowly closing again. Next, the elevator felt like it was shooting up through the air. As my mother sat next to me, she wrapped her arms around me and squeezed in complete terror. Once we hit the top, the doors quickly opened, and you were stories up, overlooking the park. All I could hear was the yells of the people around me, and all I could feel was the tightening of my mother around my arm. The ride shortly came to an end, and after we exited, my mother stopped and looked at me and said, "I will never let you convince me to go on a ride like that again." We all laughed and continued our way through the rest of the park. But walking away, it made me realize, facing a fear, it will never be the end.